everyone, this is Lisa Rusczyk, and today I want to talk to you about how I'm trying to waste less. I've been doing this all summer, so I thought I'd talk to you about it. I'm not perfect at it yet, but I really enjoy watching the videos of people that produce no trash in a year or very little trash, and I admit I produce a lot of trash, but I'm making small steps every day, and I thought I'd tell you some of them so maybe you can make them too. So the first thing we're going to talk about is composting. I have a compost bin outside, which was just an old plastic tub with some holes in it. And I started with some dirt in there, and I would just throw our kitchen trash, and I put our kitchen trash in here. So it's small steps you have to make to eventually create these systems, but once you create these systems, I think it starts working in your life and you create less trash. So this is where we put all kitchen scraps, so really just fruits and vegetable scraps. Right now I know I have like grape stems in there and a pit of fruit. So we put that in there. We also put eggshells in there, and we combine this with our yard waste, so grass clippings and things from the garden. And I keep piling it up, and we started in a bin, and that worked great. And now we have moved to separate bins, and I wanted to make these bins as inexpensive as possible. So we had a tree that was cut down by the power because it was in the power lines. So I took those and I made kind of like 3 little rings out of it. And we're gonna do 1 ring at a time and then kind of I have a piece of black tarp on top of it, and we're moving to different bins at different times. And I've been told this takes about 1 year or 2 years because we're not chopping it up or anything, and then we're gonna move it to different bins. So we actually produce dirt this way in a few months from having just kitchen scraps and grass. So, and I use that for my garden. I made a raised garden this year. So that is composting. So if you want to start composting at your house, you should get a bin. It doesn't have to be this, but something you can keep in your kitchen that you can put your stuff in before you go outside. So you have to make the routine of putting stuff in there and taking it outside. And it can be difficult at first. For example, this fills up, so you might, then where do you put it? Or sometimes we throw this in the dishwasher to clean it, and then where do we put our kitchen scraps? So it's just a little routine you have to start making. And I don't like things on the kitchen counter, but if I don't keep this on the counter, then usually it's too hard to get to, so I don't put the things in here. And so you have to get a bin, number 1, and have somewhere to put it outside or in a bin outside, and then you have to start the pattern of taking it out. So that is the compost bin. Moving along, these are, we have smoothies almost every morning, and we were using straws, and I would buy new straws probably once a month. So these are bamboo straws that, I tried the metal straws and I didn't like the feeling on my mouth. So these are bamboo, which are literally just bamboo pieces that are cut so they don't have the little bumps on them. And I guess they were sanded because the edges are smooth here. And we've been using them in the dishwasher, and then they come with a little scrubber, and we have been really enjoying them. And my daughter was not interested at first. She just wanted plastic straws, but then when she saw us using them, she wanted to be like us and use these straws. So now the whole family's using them. You do have to clean them once in a while when you use a smoothie, but if you just drink water out of them, you don't have to do that. So I actually purchased these on Amazon, and they came in nice packaging. So the goal is to send things that are in fully recyclable packaging. So that is one of the reasons I picked the company that I did. But another thing that's interesting is these are real it's bamboo, so there's different sizes. So I actually like the bigger straws more, but sometimes these are nice for water, but these are good for smoothies. But I'll really choose any of them. Also, we have some, we just have plastic water containers that we can take out of the house, but only the thin straws fit through that hole, so that's important too. All right, the last thing I'm going to talk about is using less paper towels in our house. So to use less paper towels, we keep this bin of cloths by the paper towels, and I keep it on the counter because if I keep it somewhere else, then I don't use it, and that's the importance of having them. I got these on Amazon, and I think they're kind of big, honestly, but these are great for spills. So sometimes we have bigger and smaller ones because I have kids, and instead of just like, let's just say they spill water, which they often do, or milk at the table. So instead of grabbing a bunch of paper towels, I just grab one of these and either have them do it or I do it. I have them start and I finish it, and they're very absorbent. And so you need a system to make this in place. You can't just buy them. I did look at the Goodwill for towels first before I purchased these, but I was happy with this purchase. So you need a place to put them, and we don't fold them or anything, we just stuff them in here. So you need a place to fold them, and to get them, and then finally, where do you put them after they're done? So we happen to have our washer and dryer in the kitchen, so I just throw them in the washer, and when it's time, it's time. Something else to talk about, I use Castile Soap, and sometimes I throw some Castile Soap on here, and I wipe the table or the countertops or many different things in the house, and I was throwing them in the wash. Well, when we would wash them all with a bunch of soap on them, we have a washer and dryer that doesn't, we have a washer that doesn't need much soap. So these would fill the washer with soap, and we would have to get rid of it. If you ever do that, just vinegar, you just pour vinegar on it and wash it in a cycle, and it will get rid of that. But so you make it too much soap in your washer. So be careful with that. So to recap, I'm trying to use less and use less material and throw out less. So I am composting. If you want to start this, you need a bin in your house, a bin outside, and the routine of going back and forth. These straws are easy to purchase, and then you just start using them, and we wash them in the dishwasher. And towels are great, but you may end up doing more laundry. So what you need to do is you have to weigh that, but after we did the initial purchase of buying the towels, I think we've already saved throughout the summer that in not buying paper towels, and I feel like the cost was worth it, and now we're continuing to use this system, but we still have to do more wash and put more laundry back in here, but I feel like it's worth it. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you can use some of these things too. All right, thanks, bye.